who's going to come out of this getting their way? Is it the NBA? Is it Kyrie? Like who's coming out on top in this whole situation?
Kyrie Irving is the Kendrick Lamar of the NBA. And what I mean by that is,
It's not a bad comp.
when it comes to the rap game, I think it's pretty much for hip hop heads. It's well known that Kendrick Lamar is the most talented MC actively in the last 10 years.
This is true.
He's not the biggest.
This is true.
The biggest is Aubrey Drake Graham. Because Kendrick Lamar
Certified.
takes the back seat, steps out of the limelight at times to allow Aubrey Drake Graham to have his success. Where Kendrick Lamar knows if I decide to turn up, I could fuck shit up.
Talk to the Drake fans.
Aubrey knows
Aubrey talking to y'all,
if
Drake
I
fans.
dedicate 100% to hoop, I'm taking LeBron out.
He's talking to you. He's talking to you.
I gave him a ring.
I said he's talking to you.
But I got KD now.
He said
If I want another one, I can come get it right now.
He want to win without you.
But there's other things that mean more to me. Kendrick Lamar likes to see his niece and drive around in a Toyota Corolla. He don't like to ride in the
Corolla is a great
Maybach.
car.
You understand? Sometimes he
One of the
don't need the
largest selling
Maybach.
cars in
He
Northern
don't need the
California.
Rolls. Kyrie Irving is the same way.
I like
He
that.
could take a back seat and chill and say, hey, I find solace in knowing that I stay true to my core beliefs and I'm one of the illest in the world regardless of what happens with my jewelry.
That's very true.
Now, obviously, as fans, it hurts to see because we want to see Kyrie hoop. We want to see
He a guy.
is this theory that I'm spewing true? If he's 100% healthy and Brown and the Lakers are 100% healthy, who's gonna come out on
gonna
top?
come out,
We want to
yeah.
see it.
Want to see
But
it.
I think Kyrie is not gonna let that situation happen.
doesn't look like it.
Kyrie, over the last 5 years, has shown he's not budging on anything that he feels.
He did
He's
it in
not
Boston.
moving.
He did it. Yeah, did it in
Hoop
Cleveland.
doesn't matter to him more than what he stands on.
I agree.
And I 100% respect him for it. As a fan, I want to see him hoop. He's my favorite player to watch. But
Right.
I can't be mad at what he do. I just can't. It goes against my beliefs to be mad at him standing for his. So
Right. Nah,
that's what it is for me.
Yeah, no, I agree. I mean, when it comes to Kyrie,
You want to see him, though, is what we asking.
Oh, of course I want to see him. I want him to be me, Russ, AD, Kyrie, Harden.
We're gonna get to the Lakers after this.
Because I need that still. But I mean, yeah. I mean, when it comes to Kyrie, it's a tough situation because I definitely respect his stance, and he's standing 10 toes on it. I mean, he's staying very, very firm when it comes to what he wants to put into his body and what he doesn't want to put into his body. So, I mean, and the justification as to why, I don't necessarily need to know from Kyrie. Clearly, he feels very strongly about it. The main reason why Andrew Wiggins had to go back on it was because, the whole organization, including the owners, that like that damn near forced him and was talking about you gonna lose $8.9 million. Well, for Kyrie, for how much ever he's gonna end up losing, he don't actually.
He got fined that last year.
He don't actually care. I mean, he's been fined.
is
Even
true.
Boston fined him before for some media stuff. So I mean, he's shown over his career, he doesn't necessarily care about the media to that extent. He doesn't necessarily care about how he is going to look, and he's not going to compromise how he feels just because of how other people feel about
This
what
is
his
true.
decisions
He's proven he'll
are.
sacrifice millions for it.
Yeah,
This is true.
I mean, and I gotta completely respect him for that. I mean, because I lean kind of towards that as well too. What you feel like,
Can the Nets win it all if Kyrie is a 41 game player?
No.
win it all?
Well,
Or just in general gets the finals?
No.
Because they did almost do it with Harden and Durant.
If he plays the
and Harden
playoffs,
was not
yes.
himself.
But the play they're gonna have home playoff games that he won't be. He got a game 7 at home. He can't play. Didn't
It's gonna
I'm not saying. I agree with his.
That's
stance
a great
I
point.
agree with his stance on the vaccination. But when it comes to winning it without him, we got a game 7 at home against Milwaukee,
I don't
whoever,
know.
and Kyrie can't play because he ain't vaccinated. How much of a chance do we have of winning?
Because do they get to the finals without? Do they even get to the finals without Kyrie? I think
Kyrie is great,
If Harden
bro.
and KD
Kyrie
are
is
healthy
great.
with the rest of the pieces that they have around him, I definitely think they have a shot to get to the finals. I don't think it's a guarantee with just KD and Harden to get to the finals.
It's definitely
because
not.
we've
Definitely
seen
Harden's not Kyrie.
he's
there's
not.
at least a couple teams I think right now, I'm not even thinking about the Sixers. I'm talking about the Bucks. I'm talking about even possibly Miami with adding Kyle Lowry. I think right now there are a couple teams that could possibly beat them in a semi, or at least give them a. I don't think they're just gonna walk through and get to the finals without Kyrie Irving.
No, hell no.
And even if they do get to the finals, I don't think they win.
Yeah, no, they're not winning
without Kyrie. Kyrie is the god.
At what point?
The god.
So if he the guy, why he ain't want to play with you?
Because I'm a god. He want to be the only god.
Wow.
And he the god over
I don't
KD.
care if he plays 41 games.
The playoff
Is he
games
playing
matter.
the playoff games?
Yeah,
That's what matters.
How
That's what
much?
matters.
Because this is the thing. This is the thing I wanted to tell y'all about this. Okay, and I wanted to ask y'all about this because I know you're honest. Kevin Durant, the whole step of the way, has gone to bat for Kyrie Irving. You know, there was that trade on the line where they could have gotten Ben Simmons, and Kevin Durant said, "You're not trading Kyrie Irving."
Right.
At what point, if I'm Kevin Durant? Kevin Durant is vaccinated. Kevin Durant is a basketball player. He's all in. Yeah. He's no BS when it comes to rings. He knows that's the only thing that could stop Kevin Durant from being one of the top 3, top 5 players of all time. If I'm Kevin Durant and it's a situation where I need Kyrie Irving to win the chip, at what point does Kevin Durant say, "Hey, Bubba, let's get this together. Take the shot"? Does he ever turn on him?
That point has already come. It's either it's now.
'Cause you know they've
it
had
was
the
probably at some
conversation.
point last season that happened as well because we know Kevin Durant. I'm not gonna disrespect him and say he don't stand for nothing because it's just we don't know what he stands for because he don't really express that.
Right, keep his cards
All he
himself.
say he want to do is hoop.
He just
Cool.
like to hoop.
I'm a hooper. Cool. I don't have a problem with that. You hoop. If that's your thing, then there's 100% an antithesis of you in Kyrie Irving, which is I hoop, but that's the last thing I do.
Yeah.
You know, that's the last thing I do. I do all this first, then I hoop. KD is I hoop. All that other shit I worry about later.
Yeah.
You know, so those two are the antithesis of each other, which
And
is
I
why
think they've had that conversation.
that
already.
conversation has to be on
Had to
game.
have happened.
KD probably already asked Kyrie. I'm talking even before the season. I mean, you know, I know.
Which is why I find it funny that they always say, "Oh, these guys are really best friends in the NBA." Kyrie's best friend in the NBA is KD.
And what about Harden? Because Harden has no rings.
I'm like, do we know that they? I mean, completely.
Harden's ring chasing.
You just gotta respect Kyrie for his stance, as we did the other great black athletes that gave up something for what they believe.
Kaepernick, yeah.
Who also got shunned by the masses in the media.
And
Kareem
then
Shout out to Fred
Abdul-Jabbar.
Warner with the cap jersey.
But
Yeah,
let's just Jim Brown retired at football way too early because of what he believed in. Muhammad Ali gets talked about. He's beloved now. When he got Parkinson's at the time,
at the
people
time,
hated
people
him.
hated
He was
him.
getting death threats.
People
Same with
From the
Kareem
most hated
Abdul-Jabbar.
to the most
same with
loved.
Kareem,
Same
you got
with
Craig
you
Hodges.
You think about like I mentioned before, Mahmoud Abdul Rauf.
Yeah,
Was a member of the Nation of
The
Islam.
OG.
Was
he was the
not
OG.
standing for the national anthem and was doing his Muslim prayers during the game and retired from basketball early because of his beliefs.
Oh, yeah.
You feel me? You got a lot of great athletes, black athletes that stood for something and they get ridiculed for it, they get criticized for it, and all the others listen to Massa, like I said before.
Yeah.
They be very good boys.